What's up, traders, and welcome back to another market breakdown video. As always, we are going to be talking about gold. In this video, we're going to go over the technicals. We're also going to cover some of the fundamentals. But again, we're going to keep it simple as always so we don't make the video too long. Now, to cover the fundamentals before diving into the technicals here, let's just go ahead and use this article from Reuters here really quickly. So you can see right over here, where was it? So gold prices. Gold prices look to set a record-breaking year due to heightened economic uncertainty. That's because of all of Trump's policies that he may be bringing on and inflation concern. Again, Trump's policies. What we have to understand about Trump's policies is that Trump really doesn't care about what other countries think. He's only worried about the US. So if he believes that something is going to benefit the US, he's going to go for it. And again, other countries, they don't like that. All of this right here, what we have to understand as gold traders is that this brings uncertainty to the market. And a pair like gold thrives off of uncertainty. We've seen it in the past with COVID. We've seen it in the past when there is a certain war like Russia, Ukraine, right? Any uncertainty that comes into the market, gold reacts and it turns more bullish, right? So this is important for us to understand from a fundamental perspective, because now we know in the future, any single trade wars, tariffs, maybe inflation going up again, all of these things, as you can see here, again, this is going to turn gold more bullish from a fundamental perspective. So you're going to see in the chart in just a second, over the past couple of weeks, gold has just been more bullish. And again, to make it super simple, it's basically that. It's basically uncertainty being brought onto the market with Trump's policies and all of the rumors of what he's going to do and all of the inflation concerns. All right. So again, we'll keep it simple. We won't dive too deep into that because tomorrow we do have FOMC. So I do want to talk about that a little bit. Before we dive into the FOMC of tomorrow, let's go ahead and actually mark off some key levels here. You can see, again, just like I was talking about, over the past couple of days, gold has just been very, very bullish. We're pretty much at all-time highs, or we pretty much reached all-time highs. And again, that's with all the uncertainty, the inflation concerns that we're seeing. So let's go ahead now and dive into these technicals. So we can start off by marking off this resistance that we have around this area. I'm going to make that a little bit big for now. We have our resistance, we have our support, and we're going to go ahead and dive onto the 4-hour and see what that looks like. So again, I'm going to leave this right around here. It looks like price is showing some sort of reactions around this area. We also have more reactions around this zone where we're currently trading at the moment. We have another resistance here on the 4-hour as well, and it looks like price created this support for us over here. And let's go ahead and actually confirm that on the 1-hour. Yeah, so on the 1-hour, that looks good. On the 1-hour, we can leave that zone marked off. I'm going to leave basically, as you can see right here, we have price reactions, a lot of wicks being left at this area, a lot of indecision around this zone. You can see it was used as a support at this area, reactions here. This was sort of, in my opinion, a liquidity grab because price acted as a support, then it broke below and closed below, but then the next candle was an engulfing candle and it closed above that area, right? So we know that this 2752 area, that's an area of reaction that we're going to be paying attention to. And then we have, again, over here as well, we see a lot of reaction around this zone. We have our supports. We have just price rejecting and kind of just being indecisive around this area. So that is a zone that we can use to our advantage. I'm going to go ahead and mark this off as well here on the 1-hour. And then I'm going to adjust this zone just right here, so that way we can make this right there. So we have price again acting as a resistance at the moment. It's currently creating that resistance. If we look at the left, we also see price reacting off of this area. So we have our zones marked off, right? So we understand, okay, from a fundamental perspective, we are more on the bullish side. From a technical perspective, things seem to be a little bit mixed because we do have, as we can see here, we have price being more bullish on one side. We can see that very clearly. But then we start to see price breaking that structure right around this area. But then it's kind of closing back above that structure point and then continuing bullish, right? So again, it's a little bit messy in my opinion. But I am going to keep a more bullish bias on this pair because of the fact that, again, we did shortly break below that area, but then we basically just broke back above. We started to be a bit indecisive around this zone. And then as you can see, buyers clearly stepped in and started to dominate the market, where we basically corrected majority of this downside move, right? So in terms of trade ideas that we can look out for, because we are going to be more on the bullish side, what I would watch for is after price has done this large move towards the upside, I would want to see price do somewhat of a pullback. A pullback down to the 2750s would be ideal, so we can sort of react off of this same area right around here, and then we can continue to look out for more buys. The other trade idea I would look out for is continued breaks above this resistance, probably price getting up into these 2772s. We got to watch the reactions here, but then anything above that would just continue to support our bias. Now that we have our technicals set up and we have a basic understanding of the fundamentals, what we have to watch out for up in this upcoming session, guys, is that tomorrow we have FOMC, right? So as we know, during FOMCs, we do see large moves, but let's ask ourselves, how could gold continue more bullish with tomorrow's FOMC? Now, if the Fed cuts rates, you already know fundamentally that's going to be bullish for gold. And if the speech that Powell delivers is more dovish, meaning more in favor of dollar bears and gold bulls, then we have to, again, be on the lookout for continued bullish price action on gold. Now, again, we do have these strong key levels that we have marked off. We know that even if price comes all the way down to the 2740s and rejects this zone, we can continue to be more on the bullish side for gold. Now, to do a quick recap of the video, we did our technicals. We're bullish on gold as long as we remain even just above 2740s, right? If we were to do a pullback all the way to 2740s, from a technical perspective, gold is still on the bullish side. From a fundamental perspective, we saw that we have still uncertainty lingering within the markets. We have inflation concerns. So all of those things right there, they're more bullish for gold. So it seems like the best approach right now, or the best bias to have on gold, is to be more on the bullish side. Again, obviously, like I said earlier, be careful for any pullbacks. Watch out for the bounces. Even if price is going to be doing a deeper pullback, again, just be on the lookout for any potential bounces to continue following this intraday bullish bias that we have here. So again, be on the lookout for FOMC. And as always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram or any of my socials, and I'll be happy to help. Take care, everybody.